So today we're going to talk about leveraging buyer's agent commission in order to purchase the home that you'd like, the home of your dreams, those ideal homes that really frequently only go to the clients of the listing agent, and not settling for the homes that buyer's agents can buy for you. Also, maybe buying the home at a better price or sharing some of that commission to maybe put in new floors or a countertop, whatever the circumstances may warrant. And we talk about more about that in what I call the decision matrix that you make when you follow our process and you get the information, you determine what's going on, you get the information, and you use that information to buy those ideal homes, those great homes, those homes that multiple offers are going to be made on instead of having to settle. So I'm going to give a little story about what happened to me. My wife and I, we only had 2 kids at the time, decided that we wanted to be real estate investors in Florida after selling a home for what seemed like an obscene amount of money back in 2000-ish, 2003 maybe, after our home had doubled in price in Carlsbad, and it was tax-free because of the changes Reagan had made to the tax code previously. I was like, that is a massive windfall. Now, everybody's been experiencing those windfalls who owned homes since, but at the time, that was an unusual windfall to happen early in someone's real estate career. I went to Florida. I was a licensed attorney and broker in California. Had I just simply referred myself out to this buyer, to this listing agent that I'm about to discuss, I would have gotten a referral fee. But my wife and I were traveling around in Naples, Florida. We decided Naples, we had relatives outside of Sarasota, outside of Tampa, and we liked the Sarasota, Bradenton area. But my dad had friends who lived in the Bradenton area. But we were liking Naples a lot at the time. And there was a new development in there. And I knew from experience, if you're buying a new home from the developers, you're free to only paying top dollar. It's usually better to get a year or 2 resale if you like the home. And we found the perfect home. We saw about 5 or 6. We found a perfect home. Now, unfortunately, it was an open house. I went in there, and the listing agent was saying that he was entitled to the buyer's agent commission. Because I called up, I said, I'm interested in purchasing the home. Would you work with us on the commission, share some of it, and we'll go buy through you? And he said, no, I'm not going to do it. I go, but I'm a broker in California. I could refer myself to you, and you would share the commission then. He goes, but you didn't do it. You didn't call me first. You walked in the house. I'm your buyer's agent. If you want to buy this home, you're going through me. I was like, but you're not really representing the sellers well. He goes, it doesn't matter. I'll find another buyer. Which, in Florida at the time, that may have been true for California. It wasn't necessarily true for Florida. But the guy, he goes, but I really like you. Why don't you come work for me? He offered me a job, but he would not, because I told him I'd sat for the realtor exam and I was just awaiting my results. So he offered me a job working for him, which maybe I would have liked Florida more had I stayed in Naples and given up that commission. But I just felt so robbed that we wound up looking at other houses and we wound up buying homes in Bradenton. And we bought 3 or 4 more. Long story short, we lost a lot of money. And then we came back to California. But that's the story. If you show up and an agent says you're procuring cause, they feel like they've got the leverage. The tables tip and you're no longer in control. You're just a home buyer on their terms. You've lost your leverage, your strategy, your way to get give ups, or even, make the listing agent, ensure that you're going to be the buyer that they represent to buy that home, which I cover in all the other videos in our decision matrix. But I'd say you want to preserve procuring cause, which I'm an attorney and I have a detailed video. I've done arbitrations on this, what actually is procuring cause, and frankly, there's outlines of it, but it's sort of like a case by case basis in the court of law or in arbitrations. But for all intents and purposes, as far as a buyer goes, that I can think of right now, it's the agent you see the property with. That's when you see a property with an agent, you've lost control. They've gained control because they know they're entitled to the commissions or they believe they're entitled to the commissions if you end up buying that property. They introduce you to the property. That's the threshold, and that's what you want to avoid until you've brought this up with them and discussed it, and you get to buy that home on your terms, whether it's for a rebate of some of the commissions, or it's to be put in the position to be most likely the winning buyer on the property. And we discuss more about the decision matrix At winnerscheck.org, I call it the winnerscheck.org decision matrix. How you set the strategy to be the winning buyer. You don't need to be a real estate agent to do this. If you see how I talk to you about how you can actually work with an agent, if you can get a revocable agency or a revocable referral set up, you can drive this whole process. I talk about that at winnerscheck.org, including a series of videos where, if you sign up, you'll see the titles and you'll know what to hit, and they're all about this long. So far they vary between like 5 and 10 minutes on different subjects, so you can pick the subjects you're interested in. Thanks. My name is John McConnin. I'm a real estate attorney and a broker. As a broker, or an attorney, I can refer you out to lawyers and brokers or broker lawyers all over the country. I highly recommend that sometimes. Sometimes I recommend going to the best buyer in the area. Sometimes I recommend, if you're buying a luxury property, I have other recommendations. You'll see in other videos in this series. Winnerscheck.org for the free video series. It's just going to show you how to buy the homes that you really want instead of having settled for the homes that buyer's agents can help you buy. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.